contribution. That's what we encourage them to do, because people are going to want to know what they did at the festival, and so we encourage them to really take that opportunity.
Rowdy lot, aren't they?
They are indeed. That's the thing is that they are the heart of the festival. They bring the energy, they bring the kind of vibrance that this festival is all about. Creativity is about that, and these guys bring it in spades.
We just try to, through CAT, open their lens, because everyone's in sort of a box, whether or not they're at Facebook or Google or Procter & Gamble or Ford, and we just get them out of that box. There are lots of ways to do things, so expand your thinking, and it helps sort of, again, expand their lens.
Alongside talks and the socialising, a live project means heading back to the classroom to create a presentation.
I hope they create something special for the client, and I think they get a sense of pride in doing it, and I think they learn a lesson or two that they'll apply to their own brand when they go back. And it's fun, right? They get to meet different people, they try new skills, they get out of their own personality in some ways. People at their companies see them as a certain type of leader. They come here and no one has that predisposition.
With our pride of young lions off to get to know each other, we'll see how they get on later in the programme. There were plenty of changes at Cannes Lions this year. The event was shorter, more focused, and there were changes to the awards too. A new category celebrated campaigns that support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The Grand Prix went to the Palau Legacy Project.
Introducing the Palau Pledge.
Created by host Havas Sydney, the Palau Pledge promotes sustainable tourism in Palau, Micronesia, with visitors having to sign their passport visa, committing to not harming the natural environment on the islands.
Leonardo DiCaprio has been quick to endorse the pledge.
The Palau Pledge also picked up the Titanium Grand Prix and Direct Grand Prix.
My friend Amara wished when she was on her period she bled confetti and glitter.
The Glass Grand Prix was picked up by AMV BBDO London for Blood Normal. The campaign for Bodyform and Essity aimed to show a world where women's periods were completely normal and not taboo.
Ice bucket, bring it on!
Remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? The Lions winner in 2015, the ALS Association won again this year with the Grand Prix for Good. Project Revoice gives people with ALS the ability to speak freely and naturally in their own voice, even after they can't physically speak. The campaign was created by BWM Dentsu Sydney.
Thanks to Project Revoice, I can finally speak freely in my own voice again. It's changed my life forever.
Now, last year saw the launch of the Unstereotype Alliance, a concerted effort to bring more diversity to the advertising that impacts us every day. A year on, how have things changed?
It began with a rush of publicity. Competitors like Mars, Procter & Gamble and Unilever joining forces with tech giants like Google and Facebook to help tackle stereotyping in advertising. But the last year has seen brands pushing for more diversity across their business and across the marketing industry. So how much has been achieved?
Oh my gosh, we have done so much. We continue to do progressive advertising, and in this progressive advertising that we have, we are not only having 25% of more branded impact, but we are also having some different signs in terms of how advertising is becoming more relevant, more credible, and also we are seeing 18% of increase of purchase intention of our products. So this is working in so many angles and in so many dimensions.
We have 50% of our most senior talent now are females. Agency standpoint, so heads of creative, heads of strategy, 52% of them of the people that are working on our account at the senior level are females, from zero before, and the same thing for production houses. 59% of our productions are developed by female directors, and that has translated into a 26% improvement in purchase intent and 33% improvement in revenue per impression.
From an advertising point of view, we've really pushed the boundaries. Our Maltesers campaign is a great example of diversity, not just female diversity, but diversity across, in this case, disability, which we're very proud of, multi-award winning, as you know. And significantly, how we take this back through the business with our agency partners.
Everyone appears to agree that there's a strong business case for equality and diversity. It's common sense.
I don't like it when it feels like it's almost like a charity, diversity. People are like, oh, diversity, we must
do something about diversity. And I kind of go, actually, it's for the better. Why would you not use the amount of talent that's out there in the world?
80% of all the purchase decisions that are made are done by women. So, who understands women the best? And do we have those people on our own teams?
Product is better when we have a more diverse population producing the content.
All of the research demonstrates clearly that the more diverse an organization is, the more successful it will be in the long term. And I think that the advertising industry has made good strides in terms of diversity, though it still has work to go.
I think it's going to send a ripple through the industry that we have to share the voices of marginalized communities. We all have stories to tell, and if brands want to be more relevant in today's community, they have to reflect the lives of the people that they serve.
But before the industry congratulates itself too much, many agree there's a long way to go.
Mother.
Corner shop man.
We launched a short movie on stereotyping, which focuses on the problem is not seeing the problem. Shows how the industry within itself has not been able to see the problem in the way it casts, in the way it chooses its personnel, and that gets projected in the adverts they reproduce.
I'm, as you can see, one of the minorities in this industry, but I am male. And if you walk the streets of Cannes Lions, a lot of people that you see is white, previous male. So I think the industry can do a lot better, and we have to do better.
I actually think the whole concept needs to evolve to belonging. How do we really move from diversity, which separates people, to inclusivity, which is creating a culture to bring us together? But we have to move beyond admiring the problems and talking about them to creating solutions for change, because we have not made a lot of progress.
And with all the talk of diversity, could one group be in danger of being left out, creating an issue for marketers?
Men are in trouble, and that while everybody's focusing on women, Me Too, Time's Up, can't do it, and women are coalescing to overcome, men are going like, what happened? And that says to a marketer, when your target is shaky, how do you reach them? How do you talk to them? How do you embrace them? How do you make them comfortable with your brand? So it's a thing, it's a problem.
So what's next? Are we doing enough, quickly enough?
We don't need baby steps. We really need bold and giant steps, because otherwise we begin to erode even the benefits and the gains that we've made if we're moving too slow.
Until we have measurement for accountability, we will continue to make excuses or just continue to sign petitions and pledges of what we're going to do.
The first thing that we need to do is ensure that the progress that we've made with women globally remains.
When we meet here next year, and I'm sure you'll be here, I really want to talk about what the industry has done in the world.
There's lots more ahead on this Cannes Lions edition of Marketing Media Money.
Until you win a lion, you're cynical about awards and you think, who cares about awards? You win a lion and it's an absolutely amazing experience. It genuinely is.
And how do you go about winning one?
Sequence start. 10, 9, guidance is eternal. 6, 5, 4, 3,
2. There's finding opportunity, and there's opportunity finding you. Spot trends and trades with a range of signals and alerts, pattern recognition technology and advanced charts, and experience the difference with IG.
Newly appointed Foreign Secretary also gave his view on the current global trade tensions.
We share so many values with the United States. Alongside the United States, we have been the country that has championed free trade across the world more than any. But we do understand the President's view that free trade has to be fair trade, and it has to be on the basis of deals that work for ordinary Americans.
Welcome back to Marketing Media Money. Now, we've been doing a little bit of marketing ourselves at Cannes Lions. CBC are media partners with McLaren Formula One. So when they gave us access to a high-performance sports car, how can we say no? But what else are we going to do with it than take some of our high-level interviews out on the road for a spin?
This is basically the first What Drives You on CNBC.
Well, I feel honored to be doing this with you, Karen.
I can just remember how to drive the car. Right. Okay.
You drove it before, right?
I have.
Okay.
Yeehaw! There we go.
I love this, that it's us.
Two women.
Right. And the McLaren, no less.
Let's talk business.
All right, let's talk business. WWE is a very unique brand. We're very connected to our audience. Without our audience, we don't have a show. What I've got to do in my role as Chief Brand Officer is bring the WWE story to life.
What do you make of the other changing platforms that are coming into content and how that it disrupts some of the big players?
Well, as much as the Disney, Fox, or Comcast opportunities can be characterized as not being about Netflix or FANG, as we call it, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, it's hard to think that they are not.